Bear with me as I go live on the tickety top. You know how it is. You know how it goes. Let me change this title. Yo, on my TikTok, should I make it a multi-guest? How should I do this? Chat interview, fandom, outdoor. I'm gonna make it a multi-guest. Bear with me, bear with me. All right, shalom, shalom. What's popping, y'all? Yo, this is the mic check. You know what I'm saying? Episode 2. Coming to you straight out of Boston. I am Priest and Officer Ricard Aria, out of the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under command of General Yohana. And what we do is we teach the Black, Hispanic, and Native that they are God's true and only chosen people. You know what I'm saying? And that comes with a certain set of laws. That comes with a certain set of standards. Oh, I ain't even started on the tickety talk yet. You know what I'm saying? That's why we call them mic check. We got to expect for errors. You know what I'm saying? Something wrong may just go wrong. You know what I'm saying? But today's subject is called the death of the swirl. You know what I'm saying? If you want to come in and you got a voice on it. You know what I'm saying? You got a voice on interracial relationships, your opinion on swirling. Let me know. Hit up the chat. Brothers or sisters, if you got an opinion on the swirl, let us know. Let us know. But today we're going to talk about a specific subject, and we're going to get in on it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get in on it. I'm expecting a lot of haters on the Twitter. On the TikTok. Expecting a lot of hate on TikTok, so I'm going to be focusing on TikTok. The YouTube and the Facebook be too wide, but on the TikTok, I'm going to focus on it a bit. But if you got any opinions and you want to join in on the conversation, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Let me see if I can invite another guest on the Yeah, none of my friends are going live right now. I don't know none of these people. But screw them. But we're going to talk about it real quick. You know what I'm saying? There's been a movement and a conversation amongst Black men and Black women. It's called divesting. They divested in relationships according to their race. They are losing interest in each other. They'd rather go to our oppressor, even though our oppressor shows that they rather stay with their own. And that's crazy, because if we have no interest in each other, who's going to have interest in us? Who's going to be looking out for us? Who's going to be showing love for us? Divesting is a poison, and all in all, bull. It's bull. It's just really, to be honest, people who speak on divesting have no interest in divesting. They're just doing it for clicks and views. They're just doing it for talking points. They're just doing it to seem like they're controversial, when most likely they have a partner that is of the same race as them. Very few people talking and walking. You know what I'm saying? Very few people talking and walking. But if you got an interest, let me know. If you want to join in, let me know. But very few people talking and walking. Let me share real quick. I'm trying to understand this TikTok, man. It's getting weird. I guess it's hard to share on this joint too. But if you got a point, let's talk about it. Put in your questions. Type in your questions. Type in. Hold on. Who's this? Mark Montez. Let's invite Mark Montez. He's on the TikTok. Mark Montez, I sent you an invite. Let's talk about it, because this conversation is not just happening amongst Black and Hispanics. It's happening amongst the Native American people too. Shalom, shalom, Coco Blast Face. Oh, that name is crazy right there. That whole name is Pause. What's going on, Mark Montez? What's going on? Hey, Mark, we can't hear you. Speak up, bro. Hey, Mark, we can't hear you, but I just wanted to know what's your opinion on it. You know what I'm saying? On swirling. What's your opinion on interracial relationships? Because there's a big topic going on right now in the world, how Terrell Owens refuses to date Black women. We're going to get into that article too. But if you want to join, just ask to join. This is a multi guest joint, man. I'm opening this up to the panel. If you want to join, just ask. I don't know what's popping with Montez. Montez, man, what's going on? You ain't got no mic, Montez? Montez seems to be having technical issues. Montez is having technical issues, but while we on it, till somebody else wants to come up and talk about it, I'm going to read the article real quick that was on hotnewhiphop.com. I don't know what Terrell Owens has to do with hip hop, but it's titled, Terrell Owens Reveals Why He Doesn't Date Black Women. Apparently, the former wide receiver has some not so fun experience dating Black women in college that instilled a bias in him. So, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the weak among us like to hold on to our past. A lot of the weak among us can't grow past things. You know what I'm saying? We can't forgive and forget because we're weak. So we hold grudges, we hold things against our people, which is destroying us as a whole. And that's what this brother is doing. But let's continue with the article. Terrell Owens may no longer be a wide receiver for the NFL but he's still an important voice in that realm and an interesting celebrity figure to follow. He made friends in high places and other avenues, such as when he, Travis Scott, which is, our enemy, and 50 Cent linked up for a Houston golf tournament. However, a recent and controversial remark from the football star landed him in some hot water, at least at first glance. Moreover, during a talk with a friend on Instagram Live, he revealed that he doesn't like to date black women. So on the surface level, that's what he said. He ain't like disrespecting any of our sisters. He just said he just rather not date them. And I do not condone that. I do not condone that at all. But let's continue. Apparently, the former San Francisco 49er had some less than pleasant experiences doing so back in college. Oh, Salakia. Apparently, the former San Francisco 49er had some less than pleasant experiences doing so back in college that instilled a bias in him. So back in college is when he formed his bias. Back in college, when you should be mature enough to understand the world by then. That's why you're let loose on your own in the world. You should be mature enough to understand the world. You know what I'm saying? Salaki, sir, I'm inviting you. I don't know if you're catching it. I don't know if you're catching it, sir. But at least when he hits into college, he should be mature enough to understand the world, right? He should be able to understand what the world is like, what conditions, what experiences we are going through, right? And then he continues to say this, right? My experiences with black women growing up wasn't so good. Terrell Owens remarked, when I started dating white girls, my first experience with white girls was when I went to college. So he had experience with black women. He didn't like his experience. So in the midst of him going to college, he started dating white girls. Let's continue. I tried to date some black girls when I was in college. They did not like me. I was skinny. I was scrawny. I was teased from high school even to college. I got teased for being dark skinned, so there was a lot of self esteem issues. Oh my goodness. Boo hoo. Boo hoo, boo hoo, boo hoo. You know what I'm saying? Still inviting you, sir. Try again, sir. Try again, sir. But if you peep, his lack of interest in black women is because they like to talk trash. Well, let me tell you something. How many of y'all in here are black? What did we do growing up as black people? What is literally a part of our culture, a part of our way of life, a part of our dynamic? What is it? What do we do as a people? Let me tell you something. Depending where you are at, it has a certain title. I'm in a New England area. I'm in up north. We call it cracking on each other. Some other places may call it ranking. Some other places may call it shooting the dozens. But we all have a name of that stuff, man. We all like to talk trash. That is what we do. That is our culture. And if you are too weak to handle it, then that's on you. That ain't on those black women. If you're skinny, you're going to get it. You're going to have people talking trash, and that's all they doing is talking trash. Let me tell you something. When a black person don't like you, you're going to know it. They're not even going to talk trash about you. They're not even going to talk trash at all. They just going to just dismiss you as a whole. You know what I'm saying? They're just going to dismiss you altogether. If they don't dismiss you, they might put hands on you. Do I think whites are the devil? Well, that's not the subject at hand, but I could tie it in very easily. Yes. So Yakel's York, yes. Y'all have brought all types of destruction onto this planet, but that is not the subject at hand. The subject I'm doing right now is on Black love and how our slave mentality forces us to love y'all. That is the issue. What makes you specifically bad? Nothing. I don't know you specifically. I don't know you at all, but I know your people. Your people has done nothing but destroyed as a whole. So am I to tie you away from your people? No. Well, I'm sorry, the subject ain't about that right now, but stay tuned. Maybe the next episode will be on who the devil is. I might make that episode 3 next week. But while you online, Yurko, why don't you come in? Ask for that invite. I want to see what's your opinion on interracial relationships. What's your opinion on that? How can I invite you? How do they do this invite thing? I don't know. I don't know how they do this invite thing. We're not friends. We're not friends. I have to prove a friend. And your people already proved how friendly y'all are to us. So y'all can never be friends. Which is why I don't understand why any black man or black woman would date y'all. Y'all have been proven throughout history to be a dangerous people unto us. We're not safe around y'all. There's no safety around y'all. It's dangerous. Completely dangerous. So y'all out in TV land, if y'all want to clip that, clip that. You know what I'm saying? But let's talk about it. If you want, type in if you want to join. If you want to YouTube or the Facebook, if you want to join the conversation, I'll send you the link. You know what I'm saying? Just hit me up. If y'all want to join on TikTok, hit me up. Hey, babe, I seen that message. I seen that message. But that's what it is. How is it ignorant? Well, I have no evidence to back what I said. I have no evidence. There's no historical evidence on how y'all have treated us as a whole. Okay, maybe there is one or two kind and sweet and gentle of your people. But how wise would it be for me to try to figure that out? If there's a bucket of poisonous snakes, should I put my hand in it to try to find the one snake that is not poisonous? If there's a pride of lions, should I find that one lion that will not devour me? Come on, think, man. This is about safety. But I'm inviting you. I'm inviting you to come up on here. And you could talk. You don't have to type. You could talk. He said, of course there is, but you're I'm ignorant to attribute. I'm ignorant to attribute it to every white person. No, no, it's not ignorant. It's called being safe. It's called being protective. It's called being wise. What have y'all shown me to go the other direction? What have y'all people shown me to go in the other direction? That's why it's weak for Black, Hispanic, and Native men to be with these type of people. They have not shown you any reason to feel safe with them, to think that everything's going to be cool. They have not shown you that. But we still want to divest from our women that suffer from the same pain that we are suffering by the same people we are suffering it from. To the point we suffer so much pain from our oppressor that we are putting that pain onto each other. Black men are furthering the damage of Black women, and Black women further that damage onto Black men, and it becomes a circle because of our oppressor. That's what he has done. Literally, that's what he has done. So who are we to say it's safe to be around them? What evidence is there to say? That's why MLK was a poison to the Black community. MLK was a poison unto us. Let me explain. He brought us into a world that they call integration, but it's not integration. Integration is when two cultures mix. Our cultures did not mix. Our cultures absolutely did not mix. Salakia, bear with me. Our cultures absolutely did not mix. We were given this false image of integration, but the truth is, it's really assimilation. It's really when one culture is forced to bend the knee to another culture. And that's what we have done. If it was true integration, us eating at white restaurants during the Martin Luther King phase in the 60s and 70s, us integrating into their society, let's keep restaurants into it, us eating at white restaurants, guess what? If it was true integration, they would have been eating at Black restaurants. But do you think they ate at Black restaurants? No, they did not. That's why Black restaurants ended up dying. That's why Black restaurants ended up dead, because Martin Luther King forced us to love a people that did not love us, that will not love us. Plain and simple. We gave up all our Black independence just so we could eat at their restaurants, just so we could go to the movie theaters with them, just so we could have a white person on by our side. That's what we gave up all our independence for. Put it like this. When the Emancipation Proclamation was exacted, when we were let loose, because we was not let free, we was let loose. We are still slaves to this day. Everything we do is to benefit them. It's not to benefit us. So when we were let loose and we was not integrated, there was the Jim Crow era, there was segregation. Guess what? We was doing good. We were doing good as a people. We was growing as a nation. We had our own schools. We had our own economies. It was about very close to having our own economic system. You know what I'm saying? We was getting back to loving each other. But as soon as Martin Luther King comes through, now we got to give all that love to them. We got to give all that love to people who have proven nothing but hate for us till this day. You seen what they did to that brother in Jacksonville? Over a traffic stop. I don't care what he did after that traffic stop. He obviously ain't shoot at y'all. He obviously ain't swing on y'all. But y'all still decided to pummel that brother to the point that his mother felt like she was Emmett Till's mother. He says, I'm thinking shallow rather than deeply. Well, come on. Request an invite. I don't know how to invite on this thing. Request an invite. Let me see. How do I do it? I still don't know how to do it. Request an invite. It showed me how I'm thinking shallowly than deeply. Show me how it hasn't been proven throughout history how being close to y'all has been a detriment to us personally and as a nation. Show me. Show me, Jake York. You gonna request that invite or you just continue typing? What you gonna do? Well, it seems like you left, so I want to get on to the normal topic at hand, what I was talking about in the first place. But I had to let me get my Christian on. I had to exercise that demon. But all right. He said, Terrell Owens said, nah, I'm being dead honest. Terrell Owens continued. When I got the opportunity, my first experience with a white girl, it wasn't bad. So because us being black people doing what black people do, which is talk trash to each other, which is shoot the dozens, crack on each other, ranking, you know what I'm saying? That's what we do as a people. We talk trash to see if you built mentally. It's a mental test. He failed that mental test. And to be honest, maybe no black woman should be with him, period. But for his safety, he should not be with no Caucasian. He should not be with no Asian. He should not be with anybody else but a black woman, but he's not strong enough to be with one. Maybe he should be single for the rest of his life. Maybe. You know what I'm saying? Because this is not built for everybody. This is not meant for everybody. Loving black, Hispanic, and Native women, you have to muscle in on that. That is not for cowards. That is not for cowards. Plain and simple. And he's a coward. Terrell Owens was weak. You know what I'm saying? Just because they wanted to talk trash. But let's continue. Let's continue. It wasn't bad, but I just totally gravitated to white girls after that. That wasn't the situation. So again, my experience with black women growing up wasn't so good because they was talking trash about it. Boo-hoo. You know how much trash? I mean, come on. Sisters talk trash to me today. Guess what I do? I talk trash back. I talk trash back. They are not going to see me in a weak state like this brother is displaying. This brother is displaying a weak state. People talk trash, especially in the black community. I got a big head, huge head. I've been called a Bible doll most of my life. A battering ram, something, man. People had jokes all day. That don't turn me away from my sisters. That don't turn me away from those who are struggling just like I'm struggling. See, at some point in the Black community, we're going to have to learn to heal each other instead of furthering the damage onto each other. At some point, we're going to have to take care of each other. All he is doing is furthering the damage. Mother, hold on, let me not put it fully on him. Y'all sisters. There's a group of sisters out there that was mad about Travis Kelce, because he left a Black woman to be with his own. You should be happy that he's with his own. You seen the excuse why he left that woman? Because he didn't want to take care of her financially. And y'all say we are the problem when it comes to finances. He wanted her to sign a prenup. And see, this war, this gender war, this gender battle, this is something that's destroying us as a whole. Let me explain why. We are believing that these people are out here telling truth on what they believe. Let me tell you something. I'm in the hood of Boston. We out here in Dorchester. Right here, Upham's Corner. Do you think that how may I put it? How many people do I think out here is dating outside of their race? The people that are mostly around ain't dating outside of their race. And let me tell you something, the people that's saying that they are, who's talking that divesting stuff, they're not doing it. It's no different from Beyonce talking about being an independent woman while she's married to Jay-Z. How independent is she? You can't believe these people on the internet, especially as Black men. I ain't gonna front, us Black men seem to take it a little bit too seriously. We get a little sensitive about it when Black women start talking about divesting from us. Know why? Know why we get serious about it? Because we actually care for y'all. We actually love y'all. We actually think about y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are actually on our mind more than anybody else. That's why we get all sensitive about it. But that's the problem. Us getting sensitive about something that's not even real. It's not real. Yeah, there's a few people like Terrell Owens who want to divest from his own. There's a few, but guess what those few have? Those few are millionaires. And guess what? Those few millionaires, they're going to have to learn the hard way. They're going to have to learn the hard way, just like Travis Kelce's ex-girlfriend learned. That they will always return to their own. You are just for the moment. Black man, Black woman, when it comes to them, you are just for the moment. You are not a permanent situation for them. It's just that simple. You are not something that's going to get them, that they're going to bring to mama and daddy. No. And if they do, they ain't going to stay with you. They're still going to divorce you. They're going to divorce you. Hold on, what's that? I don't know what that was. Hey, babe, what didn't work for long? Oh, I'll be off soon. Because a lot of these cats, they don't want no smoke right now. They don't want no smoke. So I'm going to finish with the article. And it states, so my thing now is, because I know there is a stigma that's stereotypical of athletes to go off and make money and date the opposite color, opposite race. But for me now, where I am, it's not even about color. Of course, that's what everybody says. That's what everybody asks in the interracial. It's not about color. It's about being happy. It's about being at peace. Blah blah yakety schmacky. But everything is about race. Everything. Shout out to my brother Itazab up in UPKFLwear.com. He has a shirt that says everything. Everything is about race. So go on UPKFLwear.com. You know what I'm saying? Get a peep of that shirt, man. Because it holds true. Everything is about race. No matter how gullible and liberal you may think. Everything is about race. But let's continue. Okay. But for me now, where I am, it's not even about color. It's not even about race for me. It's about somebody that I have some chemistry with, good energy. I get a good vibe with. That's where I am. We all want somebody that's attractive. You hear that? What, black women ain't attractive? Is that what you're telling me? To me, in my eyes, nobody's more attractive. I don't want nobody with paper thin lips that look like it might cut yours. I don't want nobody with a flat behind, blonde hair, blue eyes. You know what I'm saying? Light skin. No. No. You know what I mean. Aesthetics are going to play a big part. So what aesthetics do our oppressors women have over black women? What aesthetics? What physical attribute do they have over our sisters? Which one? None. That's just physical attributes. They have none. Do they have any social attributes? Can they cook better? Can they clean? Can they raise children better? Could they dance? Could they hold a conversation better? No, they can't do none of that better. None of that. The most educated demographic in America is black women. What they mean by the most educated, that means the most educated according to their system. That means degrees and all that stuff. And nobody has more degrees than black women. So can our oppressor hold a conversation more than them? No. Talk to our oppressor, they're going to have a lot of likes and ands and yeah in their conversation. That's what they're going to have. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue with it. Let's finish it up. Anybody that says, oh, well, I don't care what a person looks like, that's a lie, he concluded. Well, he's right. That is a lie. Looks do matter. Looks do matter. But it's very telling when you prefer somebody that is not of your people. Very telling when you choose somebody that is not of your people over your people. So there's a certain look that matters to you. But let's continue. That's a lie. We all want somebody that we can roll over and wake up to that looks pleasing to the eye. Everybody's experience have been different for me. When I grew up, my high school is pretty much is 50. What he means is 50-50. That means he went into a well-mixed school. I didn't have that privilege. I grew up in Springfield, Massachusetts. I went to Central High, where the majority of it was black people. At least it felt that way. I don't know. And it was pretty segregated. All of us chilled in one section of the cafeteria, one section of the I forgot what they call it in high school. Like the area that you go after lunch to chill and hang out. Hell, even the park that was next to us was segregated. It was so segregated and so racist that we forced the white people to chill in the woods. Springfield's a very segregated city. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what percentage of black and white, but I lived in a black neighborhood. At the end of the day, I attempted to date black girls when I was younger. I wasn't as handsome as I am now. Bruh, let me tell you something. You look the same. I've seen some of your younger pictures, you look the same. It's not that you look different, it's your pockets are different. Your pockets are different, so you're going to attract more Caucasians than you normally would. If you were still that brother in the hood, guess what? None of those women that you currently are with will even give you a chance in hell. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have this beautiful smile as I have now. I was a late bloomer. When I bloomed, boy, did I bloom. Blah, blah, blah. He had to go arrogant with it. You know what I'm saying? This is what we're dealing with our people, man. This is what we're dealing with right here. Look, I know this swirl is going to be a big thing and it might grow bigger, but let me tell you something. The change is going to come. And according to the Bible, I'm going to say straight up and down, according to the scriptures of the King James Version of the Bible, 1611, the even most modern, interracial relationships is, guess what? A sin according to God. It is a sin according to God. Would you like for me to prove it? Is there anybody to dispute it? Anybody want to work with me on it? If you're interested in coming into this discussion, let me know. I can see you on the chat on the YouTube and the Facebook. I can see you in the chat on the TikTok. Would you like to talk about it? Because Jake York or Jake York, because why, our oppressor does silly things like that. If you're still there, you still got an open invite. Now I'm going to prove how it is biblically. Maybe I got to put some bait on the hook. Maybe I got to put a little bit of bait on the hook. I'm going to go to Deuteronomy chapter 7. And I got like 20 or more verses to prove this. But let's just start with this one. Let me put some fish. Let me put some bait on the hook. Deuteronomy chapter 7. Let's start with verse 1. I'm going to prove to you how interracial relationships is against our power, the Most High. And when the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, like the Most High telling us, we got to take over a land because that land was promised to us a grip ago. But we coming out of captivity, we coming to proclaim the land that rightfully belongs to us. Let's continue. And have cast out many nations before thee, just like there's many nations in there right now. There was many nations in there back then. Just like they casted them out back then, we're going to have to cast them out sooner or later. You know what I'm saying? The Hittites, the Girgashites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. Like those are 7 nations right then and there. Like if you read further into it, you're going to see there's other nations, but initially these are the 7 nations. A lot of those nations were so-called Hamitic nations, aka African people. And us as Israelites, we are a Shemitic people. Us Black, Hispanic, and Native people, we are Shemitic. And we had to kick them out. But in our doing so of expunging them from our land and putting them back in their own land, there were certain rules given to us. Let's get it. And when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee, that means the Most High is going to take care of business, and we're going to see it in front of our face. We're going to see it in front of our face. Let's continue. Thou shalt smite them. The Most High is going to give us the power to take out nations that are bigger and stronger than us. And we took them out. And utterly destroy them. And we utterly destroyed them. We laid wreck. We laid wreck to what they believed in, their way of life, and their lives. We laid wreck to them. Let's continue. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them. Yo, we can't make no covenant with them. What's a covenant? A covenant is a social agreement. It's an agreement between two parties. And we are not allowed to make any covenant with them. You know what marriage is? Marriage is a form of a covenant. Marriage in the old days was a form for people to devise peace amongst nations. I'll have my daughter marry your daughter, and we become one. That is a covenant. The Most High said we should make no covenants with them. Let's continue. Nor show them mercy, nor show mercy unto them. That means we can't even show them mercy. At that time, we were supposed to handle them, handle business. And if we handled business back then, we wouldn't be in the situation we are today. We're supposed to handle them. Let's continue. Now, neither shalt thou make marriages with them. We shall not even marry them. We shall not marry them. What's marriage? Marriage is a relationship. Our nation should not be marrying other nations. It's just the way it is. It's the way the Most High set forth. This is the way the Most High set forth. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son. So we should not be marrying them. And guess what? Your daughter, they can't marry them either. Your little black and Hispanic and Native princesses. You see them. Look at them right now. You right now. Look at your beautiful daughter. She cannot be with no Asian man. She cannot be with no Caucasian. She cannot be with no East Indian. She cannot be with no African. No. None but danger amongst them. She must be completely amongst her own people. Let's continue. Nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. Man, we ain't supposed to take their daughter for our sons to marry. Our sons, our princes are too good to marry them. Way too good. Not just that, there's a social thing to it. You know what I'm saying? There's more to it than that. But that's just one scripture. And due to the sake of time, I wanted it just to be a half an hour, but I'm approaching an hour. I might make it an hour from now on this podcast. You know what I'm saying? You at the mic check 1 2 1 2. You know what I'm saying? We just done with episode 2. You know what I'm saying? If you want to come on, hit me up. I'll hit you up for the next one, the next Thursday. Next Wednesday. And we're going to get it in, all right? And with that, shalom.